The misconception that I didn't have a personality in high school. So I made a couple videos about like what makes cosplayers think, like the misconception of this and that. But this is a common misconception I want to share with you that I had in high school. I was very, very social in high school. Like, minus Arturo, I always had understanding of each and every background I was at. Like, there was this one time in drama class, what me and this Indian guy was singing Lil Wayne. Nice tires on the guinea. You should want to king me. And then he says, brain dead flow. Vegetable zucchini. All that shit, I don't have a girlfriend. That's why I was miserable. It's really, really hard to master woman because not only does it matter what position you're in, it matters the moves you take. It's like a game of chess. You have to understand the role you play, and then you have to move. You can't literally do everything you want. Like, you don't have universal tools when you work with women, so you have to work with what you already have, and then you expand later on. But how it comes down to being social, I had everything but the girl. Now, when you see shit like that, that means people are trying to kill you. People are trying to literally make you kill yourself. That is honestly the truth, and I'm gonna let you guys know that right now. There's no way somebody who's always self-improving never has a companion to fall back on. So the real reason why they kept on saying a girlfriend is a shit, a girlfriend is drama, all those reverse psychology shit that was used on me, after I realized the reason why they're so good, why everything's going their way, is because they have a girlfriend or anything that equates to a girlfriend, like a loving family to come home to. We have the same assignments in school, but we all know that you have it easier behind the scenes. And that's where they try to trap people on paper. They used to say that I was a little kid for having a temper tantrum after I gave it the best chance to win. After I won 150%. After I went down, literally, to death to hell and back. And literally, what the fuck do I get? What the fuck do I get for putting all this work in, stopping on the ground? And literally, it's like, you have to be immature. You have to be really mature because you stop on the ground. You have the temper tantrum. It's a good solve anything. You can only say that if I didn't go all out. You can only say that if I was actually making excuses for myself. You're trying to say that that's autistic, that that's out of context, and really, I'm meeting all the fucking requirements. You're holding me back. That's what happens when you let a situation escalate. You manipulated a situation to a point where you thought you can get a result on paper. No, a third person that's not biased is going to put two and two together like something is missing here. Great wardrobe, great personality, yet no fucking girlfriend in sight. Red flag. That's not a coincidence. That is orchestrated. There was this time when my dad was talking shit about Arturo, aka Robert and shit. Literally, he was talking shit about like white kids and cops. Literally, by time, literally, he's like, Eric, you gotta do the same thing that white kids can do. Literally, where fucking a black person comes, they point a gun to their head. Really, if it was a white person in the same situation, I'm sorry, we have a misunderstanding. Go, would you like an extra donut? And literally, that shit was hella funny, but that's the fucking truth. I was so comprehensive in high school, so I'm going to put you a difference between why that literally, that works anywhere else other than a biased community, but also why it's so full of shit. I would say the most clever shit. Literally, I had the most comprehensive personality in high school, but I didn't get anything in return. And literally, fucking comprehensive isn't the same as getting results in this world. I realized that when you get older, but you are literally rewarded by Mother Nature a whole lot more when you literally are more comprehensive than the other person. Reality, Mother Nature literally rewards you. That's why when I got out in the real world, I got a lot more reward because I wasn't being controlled. I wasn't being babysat in high school. Literally, there was no fucking structure. So literally, when I let nature take its courses, when I realized the truth about every fucking thing, that literally, oh, bitches ain't shit, lie. You're not going hard enough. No, what it is that you're up against a fucking archetype and nothing is going your way. Like literally, they expect you to be literally put yourself back together when nothing is going your way. Mr. Pleasure gave me this speech that literally, like, when something is going your way, like literally, of course you gotta be happy, but when things don't go your way, that's where you show real character. How you react when things don't go your way is literally the definition of your character. So literally, but then it got to a point where nothing is going my way. And then I came down to Mr. Pleasure. If you go watch the short film with me and Mr. Pleasure, you go check out Mr. Pleasure's playlist, you will understand that I came at him like this. I'm like, okay, so if nothing goes my way and I act pissed off on it, does that make me a little kid? You have to recognize the fact that if you are going on something and you're on your best behavior, something's wrong. Literally, there was this time where literally I was laughing to the point where Spit came out and people started making fun of me because Spit came out, something that I couldn't control, and that's when Mr. Pleasure had to learn. He learned over time that was the wrong way to teach because he kept on focusing on the future but wasn't focusing on the right now. And he didn't know that it was getting that out of hand. What he said held weight in the future, but at the time, I literally hated Mr. Pleasure. I thought he was the gayest person of all time because of what he put me through. And the devil was always in my head. You saw all those laughs he gave you in junior high, and you're still giving him a hard time? Discarding everything I'm fucking going through. Discarding this and that. He's like, he was the realest teacher of all times. Look at the tut he made. Literally, look at the breastises. Look at all that. And you are sitting over here throwing a temper tantrum and pulling all that shit to shame. That shit was a long time ago or holds no weight today. Which is why I should have told the devil if I was more comprehensive, but when nothing's going your way, you are an injured animal trying to survive in society. And literally, everybody expected me to be 100% 24 fucking 7. He's like, yeah, well, that's how mature people do. I'm like, they're not mature. They have a full family to come home to. They have a whole bunch of other things to fall back on. And you literally are trying to say, nothing makes you fucking special, man. We're all in the same boat. Like, people pretend to be happy, this and that. No. Those are lies, buddy. It's because the constant thing 24/7, if he had the same tools, he would shine brighter, is why I didn't have a girlfriend. Is why I didn't have the same resources, because the running gag would be put to an end. You don't understand how much pain I went through in high school, literally. There was this guy, so I started to join the anime club. You know how you're both socially awkward, you like anime, like literally, a hug means everything from a girl, where a hug could just be her being nice. There was this guy named Augie, and literally, it was fucking lunchtime, and literally, so he had this little pretend pimp going on. So literally, there was this Indian girl around the time. He would always beg for hugs. And literally, Augie got all the hugs from the anime girls that are, for the Indian girls that are anime fans. And literally, every time he's like, oh, I probably won't go too much this time. And literally, so like, and Augie gives the Indian girl a hug. And I see what he's trying to do because I couldn't get girls either. So I said this funny ass comment. I'm like, everybody needs their daily dose of rape. And Augie started dying, and he actually said that shit. He's like, everybody needs their daily dose of rape. And we started fucking dying. I'm like, oh, I see you. But I still didn't have a girlfriend in high school. And you have to understand, me saying those automatically incredible intellectual shit, literally, it's still not getting shit out of it. Is why I had the right to act out the way I did. It's not like I wasn't on my best behavior. Why did bad guys get everything? I used to be just like that. That same year is the same time I told that girl, she's like, stop acting gangster or else you won't get any good girls. And I told her I'd rather take a slut in my hand. I said all that shit in high school, I didn't have a girlfriend. And then they try to use that example. Oh, I wonder like, what, that amount of creativity, he should have a girlfriend right now, you little bitch. So to put it plain simply, I wanted a girlfriend because I knew I deserved one. And everybody kept on trying to pull this reverse psychology. You don't put in the work to get one. You don't try to get to know one. You don't try to upgrade your style. You think you're going hard, but you need to go 10 times fucking harder. Fucking, you don't have a Jordan. You shopping at thrift stores, this and that. You're not actually going all out. All that reverse psychology is bullshit. Because when I got older, I realized that literally, if they really like you, it shouldn't matter what clothes you have. It should be your personality and nothing else. Not the other bullshit that say, oh, your personality isn't enough. You didn't have a reputation. You didn't have this and that. Clothes do matter, but they don't matter to that extent. And when I got older, literally fucking, I realized it's the archetype you wear. It's not the fact that you have flashy clothes. It's that you have clothes that actually define you as a character. You know what I dealt with my entire fucking high school? Fucking white people making lies, literally trying to say that I don't have any real fucking problems. I'm like, all your fucking problems are mental. You never actually had to fight to survive. You never actually had your parents whip you and this and that. What your parents will do to you in high school isn't shit. Literally making up lie on top of lie on top of lie. Even though when I realized I was older, that they were actually fucking trifling, and they had this old little shit like literally fucking wannabe black white kids are literally constantly shunning a guy in special ed who's a whitewashed black kid. And literally, they think that they're so much more gangster than the special ed black guy that literally, you're not gangster at all. You have an advancing situation. They would hit me with politics and they would hit me with life or death situations whenever I came at them like I was complaining about girls and I wasn't getting anything. Like, there's more important shit out there. Like, no, there isn't. No, there is not. Your peace of mind is everything. The equilibrium and how you socialize with people is everything. I learned it like this. It's either you have a girlfriend or you have a life that literally equivalates to one. Life for a whole bunch of knowledge. Literally, this and that, literally. There's a difference between literally calling out bullshit and not actually being on the other side to see how things really work. They used to tell me that literally back when I used to be suicidal in high school, literally, oh, don't commit suicide. That's the easy way out. Do not believe somebody when they tell you some bullshit like that. Suicide is what a lot of celebrities go through. Suicide was literally a big leading part at teenage death. And literally, you understand. They say that you're above the situation that you're in, and we're manipulating it to a point where we're trying to make it seem like you don't have the worst, that you have the easiest, and that you special ed as an example, or you're not having as nearly as much fucking homework as them. Try dealing with your hormones 10 times as much homework, and literally dealing with people's shit. Try actually dealing with a racist teacher. You don't know shit about real life. You know this and that. You have minor problems. You actually have to deal with the whole fucking world. And that perspective is really scary, but it's not when you realize if he has the freedom to say shit like that, that means he doesn't have it hard at all. You don't understand the actual fucking property of actually having a support system for backward. Everything that they say was true if they didn't actually have a full fucking family, if they weren't white, if they didn't have it easier in society by default. All this shit that they would be saying is true if I wasn't going all out. Literally, they're giving the paper definition of what the fuck is going on instead of what actually is going on behind the scenes. And that's why they are fucking pathetic. That's why I used to always try to be like the white kids in school. I used to always really try to fit in, try to too hard to act gangster, and I realized that shit is better than what I was accepting at the time. When I was actually in a predicament, when I was struggling to survive, everybody treated me with respect, and everybody literally was an intellectual towards me. Nothing like the bullshit that they gave me in high school. They were both in the struggle, so they actually recognized it, and they did something about it. I remember Raj tried to set me up with a girl one time, literally. He tried to set me up at a job that literally fucking, and he tried to draw me to the side saying that I should have left my job because even though I got away with it, literally fucking, I have a problem on the outside. Those girls are still strong and they're still trying to hunt me down, literally. And that's a bad thing because he should have said that I was mature because they gave me tons of ammo when I left. Like, yo, they were filling on him and you try to call him out for taking advantage and choosing to sit at the end of the day, which is what happened. And literally fucking, that's a very bad thing. Literally, Taz told me, oh, like you were scared that things could have escalated. That's why you fucking left when you had tons of ammo. But at the same time, fucking Raj actually did a whole lot for me when I was on the street. He taught me how to dance. He bought me pizza from 7-Eleven here and now and then. He kept on telling me, why the fuck don't you have food stamps, this, that. He did more right than wrong. And when he did that, it was out of emotion. And when I learned that as an adult, I learned to let that shit go because that was one time out of the 10 times every day that he showed me respect. And I understand that it's because those girls are fine as fuck. You see how I'm understanding of the situation and how it was the exact opposite when I was in high school? That means they are spoiled. That means they are stupid. That means they want you to die because you're actually admitting that you're a virgin in high school and everybody else is faking not to be a virgin. And that is literally the truth behind it. He's facing his problem head on where you're all faking it. And I had personality in high school. I did. I thought I did, but I really, this is to wrap up this video. A lot of people come at me, literally, if they're wondering why I get so many girls, if you're wondering this, that's because I actually have a personality. And you guys don't have a personality. It's like, what are you talking about, man? Literally, I'm able to roast every now and then. I'm able to say funny shit. How come I don't have a personality? Because it falls flat where it comes to girls. It falls flat when you actually have to apply it to different shit. Like me, when I was in high school, I knew a little bit about rap. I mostly only talked about anime, which is very unappealing, but that's only because things aren't going my way. Nothing was going my way. If you have a personality, like say if you're saying funny shit, but then things don't go your way, and then you throw a temper tantrum, that is not a personality. A personality is not only how comprehensive you are, not how funny you are, but it's how you deal with situations as well. That's a real personality. A personality is literally being able to cope with every fucking conversation, being able to work around every fucking situation. That's an actual personality. You don't have a personality if literally you are good 10 times out of the day, and then one thing goes wrong, and literally fucking you start going haywire. Now, if they specifically choose to piss you off once every day, and they give you 10 good things a day, but they give you one bad thing specifically for you to act up, that's manipulation. But it's different if literally you have 10 out of 10 days and then all of a sudden one day pisses you off. Then they have the right to do that. But not if it's all the fucking time. So the misconception that I wasn't social, I didn't have children in high school is out. No, they're all trying to do the same thing. They're all trying to bring me down. They knew that I deserved, and they kept on pulling this wool over my eye like, oh, you're not special just because you're fucking cute. So all that shit translates is to a little girl. In the future, I realized that's just a little girl that can't handle a gigantic penis. That's the reality of the situation, buddy. And get this, once I started getting validation from women, I put everything they tried to say about me in high school to shame. You saw me with all those choosing signals on Snapchat. You saw me with that girl. You saw how literally she kept on getting me consent to have sex, but I kept on delaying it because I wasn't interesting. It's like, oh, well, my prerogative was the girl. All I had was the validation. I didn't do shit with her, did I? I wasn't going on dates. You didn't see me holding hands with anyone, but I got the validation online, huh? I'm sorry, Forrest, but they only told me one time. All I needed was one piece of validation. Then my life got straight. I have the equivalent to what you had in high school. Constantly things going my way. I had the equivalent of what you had. I didn't take advantage of those situations. I didn't take advantage of those choosing signals. I was just happy that I actually got them, and that's how I went about my day. Then I went back to work, didn't I? Then I was more focused on a career than ever, That's why I proved it wrong. Yeah, I have the same tools. Now I'm doing it for a better way, isn't it, buddy? And that is the misconception that I was a social in high school.